Hello,
Hello.
everyone, and
Um,
good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. And welcome to Race Wellness Wednesdays, our contribution to Mental Health Awareness Month. Race is focused on raising the awareness, usually in coaching. And this month, we are about raising the awareness about mental health, the importance of mental health. Before we start, so I'd like to say thank you to our superstar and project manager, Sally, who's actually come up with this initiative and idea to us. We weren't new to it, but it didn't come to our minds to really do all these events during this month. So thank you, Sally, if you're listening to us. And allow me to welcome my guest star today, a friend of mine, Mazen. So, Mazen, I'll give you the floor to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Hi, Jacob, and hi, everyone. It's my pleasure and honor to be with you today in this talk. Uh, my background is human resource and learning and development. I started coaching in 2015, and from that day, everything changed to for the sake of helping myself first, so I can be in the service of others. So basically, coaching for me is not just a business or even a skill. It's life changing, contributing or help me even to have a life purpose. And from there, I like to serve whoever is really in need. And that's why I'm here.
Thank you very much. That's why we always love to have you with us. And
Yes.
yeah, I've said it before, Mazen, you're no stranger to race platforms. So we're really happy to have you today.
Thank you. Thank you. And it's really on my honor also to be in service and to collaborate with the race because I really believe and I really find the impact that you are raising or promoting in race.
Thank
So all
you
the
very
best.
much. Thank you. Um, Mazen, so mental health, what does it mean to you personally and then professionally?
For me personally and professionally, the same. If I can describe the mental health, I can say is how much you are present in your life. And that's
Right.
why it can be at the personal and at the professional level as well. And that's why as much you are aware, present in your moment of life, in every minute of your life, that's
Right.
for me a mental health.
Now this is really interesting because I did ask the question I have them separate personally and professionally, and then you said no, both for you are the same. What do you mean about that?
What do I mean? If I if I don't do thing intentionally,
Hmm.
I'm not available. I'm not
Right.
present. I'm not even aware of what I'm doing. So it is always related to the intention and the purpose of what I'm doing or what I'm practicing and for what.
Right.
So if it is not available in front of me, available in front of my brain, my whole being, that's not awareness. That's not a healthy thing. It will be undirected. There is no compass, if I can call it like this.
Right. I'll come to this later. There'll be no compass. I really like this. So my previous guest star was quite younger than us, you and me.
Yeah.
So if you think of our generation, mental health might not necessarily have been, a topic to be talked about and discussed, well, at least not publicly. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. You know why I'm laughing? I'm laughing because you literally like, or technically, you throw me back years when we hear about mental fitness. It
That's
means
good.
there is something wrong with this person.
Okay.
I don't know why. I won't say culture, I won't say anything, but it's everything. Why? For me, if I look back,
Right.
it's because of the ignorance,
Okay.
because of the unaware how important
Right.
is our mental health, how important our emotions and feelings are. We were not given that importance. We were being told you shouldn't feel like this. Be strong. You shouldn't show that you are weak if you are
Right.
showing emotion. And I'm talking about myself. Let me tell you. But what I'm
Okay.
saying, what I've heard, what I've noticed, what I've seen, and when I see such a thing, I build an approach and a way to behave in the same way of what I've seen, what I've heard. And
Right.
that's, to be honest with you, this is what has cost me a lot in my life before coaching.
Yeah, I could only imagine because you mentioned like um, the minute we say mental health, and then we might immediately assume that there is something wrong, and then as human beings, not wanting to be you know looked at or assessed or evaluated as something wrong with us. So we just hide all these emotions and feelings to look or to assume that now we are strong. So yeah, I do resonate with that. And now this will take me back to the word you mentioned earlier, a compass. Now
Yeah.
it's quite interesting. Would you like to tell us more about that?
See, I'll tell you one thing.
Mm-hmm.
My preference in way of dealing with things, it's
Right.
introvert, not an extrovert.
Okay.
And when I used to hear about those terms, always negative thing about the introvert.
Right.
By experience, by practice, by everything, it is learnable. So I can learn, I can adapt, I can stretch, I can do everything. So most of the people now think that I'm extrovert, or my preference is extrovert, but I'm
Okay.
not. I'm introvert. So the
Right.
awareness is building the compass, is creating the compass or direction for me. As
Right.
much as I'm aware, as much I'll be able to decide which direction I go. Even regardless of the result, by the way, let's be specific here and concise about. I'm not talking about the result. I'm talking
Right.
about that I gathered all the required, as much as possible, the required information that suit me at that particular stage of my life, that
Hmm.
particular, let's say, dimension or direction to
Right.
take the step.
Okay.
So I created my life. I created the step that I want for that thing. And this is the, let's say, the canvas I'm talking about.
Right. So feelings and emotions
Yeah.
are connected with wellness and well-being. Now, having a job and managing emotions and feelings, from your experience, you have you have a lot of experience. I mean, what can you share with us then? Feelings, emotions, and the workplace.
Feelings and emotion and
Like at work.
at work.
Yes.
See, if you, if I want to share a piece of advice,
Go ahead.
uh, there is no, there is no, and I'm so confident of what I'm saying. There is no fear of being honest and being authentic and
Right.
transparent, because at the end, what matters is your health.
Sure.
If emotion, there's a book called "Feelings Are Buried But Not Die, Never Dies."
That's quite
And
powerful.
yeah, it's really, if anyone got the chance to read the book, it's
Hmm.
really profound that if feelings are buried and not acknowledged, not given a little bit of understanding,
Right.
the impact will be physically, yeah, physically and biologically even. The
Right.
chemical of the body will change, and that will impact you physically. So, not to reach that level, and since we are talking about the mental health,
Right.
so even the body health is involved in that, because the first signal is your body will show you the signal, and this is will bring the part of the awareness. You have to be aware of the signal that your body is sending you or bringing your attention to. So emotions at
Right.
work should be, you should not ignore it. You have to have someone you trust to share those feelings.
Yeah, but if I can keep the topic a little bit, you know, on work,
Yeah.
right? So
On
yeah, so the workplace at your
the
job.
workplace, if you're
So
asking me,
yeah,
the rela-
I was yeah, sorry, I was going to add to to give you this to throw this question at you.
yeah,
Sorry for using the term throw, but I hope you're ready.
sure.
So being a leader, right, or a manager.
Mhm.
Now I know you said not, being honest and everything, but if
Yeah.
let's imagine, and you know at one point, knowing you, so you were um, in this position at some time in your life. So being a leader, having you know um, number of people in your team, and then the word that you mentioned earlier, weakness. Now again, back to what you said. Being honest is okay, but how could you find that? Oh, I'm a leader. I should show strength, and um,
Um, Thank you.
Mhm.
Really interesting question. I really like it.
Okay,
As a leader,
yeah,
uh, I'll give you two scenarios about a real scenario about myself
okay,
being
okay,
a manager of 10 people running a department.
Right.
Initially, previously, or let's say at the beginning, I used
Yeah.
to manage, micromanaging, and you can imagine what micromanaging is can be on people. And being a perfectionist, I
Mm-hmm.
need everything to be done based on the rules as per the book.
Right.
I was strict, target oriented. I want to achieve on time, even before time.
Mm-hmm.
So, what kind of environment I'm creating? It
Right.
was all the time under pressure, firefighting, exhausting,
Right.
and the impact was really not pleasant on everyone, even
Right.
myself. When in coaching happen, I will say being aware of my emotion, my feeling, and how it is reflected negatively on the environment and my team, I
Right.
change everything. I get them engaged. I get
Mm-hmm.
them in, let's say, aligned with there is a shared vision between all of us.
Right.
Not anymore. I'm the manager. I'm one of the team player, for example.
Okay.
Okay, involve. Okay, if I start paying attention to people's behavior, people's emotions, and see if there is any pressures happening, how can I be in support? So I moved back. I start giving all those kind of delegation, empowerment, and at the same time, I was informing them, "Are you with me in this approach?"
Mhm.
So they became a leader as well with me, not only me. So
I
it's
like that.
shared leadership.
I like that. Yeah. I think we
To-
do. We do. Yes. Go ahead.
the only thing I maybe managers or leader doesn't like is to share their feelings. For
Mm-hmm.
me, I was relieved, honestly, to be honest with you. I was relieved when I tell my team, listen, I'm in
Yeah.
under a huge pressure
That's great.
from the top management in order to get this done.
Right.
Can you support me with that? I know it will be a difficult. I try my best to be as much as possible transparent and open with them to
Right.
let them be aligned with me, to see not only from their lenses but also from my lenses.
True. True. I'd love to keep this conversation going,
Yeah.
but I think we promised the audience not to take them over 20 minutes. So, last point or question I'm going to ask you, and so, what is the sweet and sour of your Wednesday? This Wednesday.
What is the sweet? Why you are make it difficult for me?
Well, sorry. Again. So the sweet and sour. The sweet is, let's say, the ups or the highest point of your day, the happiest point of your Wednesday today, and the sour is basically not the happiest point of your Wednesday today. So what is
See,
the sweet and sour?
uh, the sweet
And sour. So what
sour.
is? Yeah.
It's like the wellness and the wellness. What I mean by that, be
Uh-huh.
yourself is the sweet.
Okay.
The sour is if you think too much about how other will look or perceive you.
Okay.
So try to think the sweet if the sweet is to think of yourself
Yeah.
first, regardless of what others are thinking of you or will think of you.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Well, I think time's up, Mazen, I'm afraid, and our audience and all the listeners, wherever you are. So, thank you very much, Mazen, for your time.
My
I
pleasure. Thank you.
do appreciate it. And thank you to all of you listeners, and hopefully see you again next week with another guest star on Race Wellness Wednesday. Thank you and bye bye.